Good morning. Are you Bonita Green?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean Graham, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you also go by Green?
Yes, that's my maiden name.
Okay. And so, Ms. Graham, you were previously in court. You're on probation in cause number 23, DCCR 1828, and then there was a new offense in cause number 25, DCCR 0734. You entered a plea of guilty in the new case, and also it looks like pleas of true in at least some of the allegations in the motion to revoke. There was no agreement. I received that pre-sentence report. Have both of you had an opportunity to review the report?
Yes, Your Honor.
State has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections?
I reviewed it with Ms. Graham. If the court has any additional questions, she does accept responsibility in hopes of.
How so? Other than saying it when she was here last time. So here's the thing, Ms. Graham. You don't get to come in and say you plead guilty if you didn't do it. So what it looks like you told the probation officer is that you didn't do this. Is that correct? So why would you have pled guilty when you were here before, when you were under oath, sworn to tell the truth? I asked you very specific questions about, did you in fact do what they charged you with? And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily and things like that? Why would you have done that if you didn't do it?
I think it was just a lot of fear of what would happen either way.
So well, I mean, either you did what they said you did or you didn't. Did you do it or
I did
not?
not.
Then I'm going to reject the plea agreement. Your case will go to trial. There will not be any plea agreements accepted after this today. So we'll figure out a trial date. Ms. Holmes, you're appointed.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Graham, Ms. Holmes obviously is appointed to represent you. She's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney.
I'm sorry to interrupt the court.
Sure.
Before we go any further, will the court entertain putting this case on hold just briefly? I mean, there is a video in this case. And it's my understanding is this offense was captured on video. I don't know.
Have y'all
That's
taken a
been
look at that?
pressed upon this defendant.
And you've looked at it with your client?
I have.
Okay.
Well, with that being said, just never mind.
Okay. I noticed that as well, that it looked
Yeah,
like at least that's the.
She came in my office. We reviewed the video.
All right. So we'll let a jury,
Yeah.
we'll let a jury decide. So the underlying offense is the same that she's on probation for. I don't want to waste time on an MTRP and then the real case, or I mean,
I
typically
prefer to
we'll
go
go
forward.
forward on the MTRP
Yeah,
if
I
it's
prefer-
one that's,
UTRP.
there's no reason not to. The case isn't more serious and won't take that long to prove up. So what I'm going to do is set this, and Ms. Holmes, because it'll be on the MTRP, I'm going to leave you on that. We'll set it for a special hearing. Half a day enough?
Yes,
you think? Any issue with that? You think half
No,
a day?
that's fine.
All right, so we'll set it as quickly as we can on a hearing on that motion to revoke, and then we'll see where we get on that, and then we'll go forward with the other case, the new case, if need be at that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Stay in touch with Ms. Holmes. She'll let you know when you need to be back. You need to visit with her before that court date because there will be witness testimony, and then we'll hear that motion to revoke and go from there. Obviously, I think what I will also do, based on the nature that I'm rejecting the plea agreement, I'm also going to withdraw or allow Ms. Graham to withdraw her pleas of true in that motion to revoke. And Mr. Coleman, if you can, I think that it would be best, probably cleanest, if you just brought witnesses to prove whatever you think you can up.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, all right. You're free to go. So again, you're Darian Broussard. And so, Mr. Broussard, you're here in my court in cause number 25, DCCR 1441, and charged with, hold on a second.
It's right now.
You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I've given you some time to try to hire a lawyer. Well, hang on, that's not even what my biggest concern is at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're already on misdemeanor probation, and for some reason, you've been testing positive for THC since last October while you were on that probation. And they let me know that, but I don't know why they haven't filed a motion or done anything about that. So
I paid it off, and that's what the judge almost told me to pay it off. Because he was like, I don't know why you're still going to probation.
you're still going to probation because you're still using marijuana while you're on probation and while you have a felony court case pending, right? So I don't know what makes you think that that's okay, because it's not. And the fact that you were on probation and doing that, and now you're still doing it.
I wasn't still doing it. I was telling my probation, I was smoking wax or resin, pure THC, and I was telling him that I was doing it 30 days. It was kind of hard to come out of my system still. And I told him I needed another 30 days. He said, all right, come back May the 7th. Because he was like, it was going out the system, but I don't know.
But you've been doing it the whole time, right?
Yeah, I was doing it the whole time. And then when I got out, I stopped. And it was still in. I got out, I went to jail.
You got out. What'd you go to jail for? This?
Yes, and I got out like 3 days after that.
So you're telling me you haven't used since you've been to jail in this
Yeah.
case?
And the only reason it's still in my system because I smoke wax in the bone, like liquid THC.
Okay.
And I explained that to my probation. I explained it to the superintendent. She was like, "It probably take 120 days or so because it's pure THC."
He's been out since September. You've been out of jail since September?
No, yeah, no. I went to jail since I went out of jail since November.
It's April. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to find that you have violated the conditions of your bond.
I didn't violate it.
There's no way it's still in your system if
Hey,
the
I'll-
stop talking because you're going to make it worse.
Yes.
Okay. There's no way. I don't care what you're smoking out of it, whatever you're smoking it out of. Hang on. Because if the last time you did that was in September of last
Oh,
year
so
or November of,
no, it was January. That was my last time because I was like,
so you're not, see,
I'm
here's,
sorry.
you're not telling me the truth.
Yes, ma'am. I'm saying my last time when I got out of jail was in November. That was the first day. I got out November the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go report till I think September. September. And I pissed dirty. And then I pissed dirty 3 more times after that. And I told him, I was like, sir, I was smoking hardcore THC. I didn't smoke
None
bud.
of that would make you test positive today.
I tested positive again.
Why do you think we're having this conversation? Yes, you tested positive.
Keep testing positive.
Well, because you keep using. Come on now. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to make sure that you're not using at least for some amount of time.
I'm not using Miss West.
I'm going to raise your bond for violating your bond conditions. The fact that you've been using while you're on probation and they let you keep going makes no sense to me. Hold on. Makes no sense to me at all. I'm going to raise your bond in your case for violating the condition of your bond. Hold on a second. To $50,000. Condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you will be required to have a drug patch on at all times.
Told him that from the first time. I told him that. I said,
Listen.
I need a patch. I'm serious, Miss West.
Okay, well now you're going to get one. But if a drug patch is what's going to make you stop using, that doesn't make any sense either.
No, I've been stopped. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't believe you. So I'm going to make sure of
That's
that
understandable.
because it doesn't make sense what you're telling me on the dates. So again, you have to have a drug patch on within 24 hours of your release if you make that bond.
I'm not.
And so if you don't make the bond,
Can't
you're
afford it.
you're going to get a court-appointed attorney. I will consider at some point, and we'll let that attorney know, reducing your bond back down after I know you have sat for some amount of time and not used. All right? You can go back with the bailiff. The way things are going this morning, I would have almost believed you. You're going to throw me off. All right, Ms. Eaglin, you tested negative. It is extremely important. That's a condition of your bond that you have that drug patch. So you need to make sure and do everything you can to get it, keep it every 2 weeks, get it changed. If you don't, it's a violation of your bond condition, and you could end up back in court. You could end up in jail for violating that, okay? So it's very important. So let me get this pulled up. Ms. Eaglin, in cause number 25 DCCR 0317, you're charged with assault of a peace officer. And that is from January 14th of 2025, and that's a second-degree felony. What that means is if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment would be between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then in cause number 25, DCCR 0318, you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon from January 14th of 2025. And that also means if you go to trial and you're found guilty, the range of punishment is between 2 years and up to 20 years in prison. Do you understand? In each of these cases, I have here on the computer a plea bargain rejection that you've signed with Mr. Rojas that shows that the district attorney's office has made offers if you wanted to enter pleas of guilty in your cases, actually in one case. So the offer is to plead guilty in the assault on a peace officer for a 7-year deferred probation with a dismissal in the aggravated assault case. You have every right to reject that offer and have your cases set for trial. I want to make sure you understand what the possible consequences are if you go to trial and what your options are. And do you understand all of that?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you want to reject that offer and have your cases set for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Nichols, is there any reason to believe that the offer would change? So I want to make sure you understand also that after today, I will not accept this plea agreement. Once the case goes on the trial docket, you can either plead guilty to something different, open to me, or we're going to let a jury decide, okay? All right, so I'm going to place your cases on the trial docket. Ms. Eaglin, Mr. Rojas has been appointed to represent you, and he's one of the attorneys who handles a lot of cases for me as a court-appointed attorney. With your permission, I can release him, and I can appoint another attorney who could begin preparation for trial a little quicker. Is that okay with you? All right, so Mr. Rojas, you are released. Ms. Eaglin, if you will just have a seat right over here in the courtroom, watch for the clerk to call you up. She's going to let you know who that attorney is today so that you can contact them and they'll begin preparation for trial. All right, thank you. Now, I wouldn't go. Let's get a new prescription. Good morning. Are you Jamarian Martin? Speak up, please. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Will, Your Honor.
Mr. Martin, in cause number 25, DCCR 0196, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of burglary of a building, and that's from October 3rd of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Do you understand what's going on?
I do.
You do? Huh?
That's what I do with that song.
All right, so are you entering your plea freely and voluntarily? Did anybody make you plead guilty? No?
Okay. Volunteer.
I can't, huh?
I said, okay, really volunteer.
He said freely and voluntarily.
Okay. Has there been any issues, Mr. Parker?
There hadn't been, Judge. No.
Mr. Martin, if I test you this morning, you can have something in your system?
Sure.
You're not sure. Have a seat in the jury box. Let's